scallywags!
What's up, everybody? This is HMS fan Ben. Welcome to game 2 of the tournament number 3 matchup between HMS GT UPS and Saccing Traders fleet. So we're going to see who goes first. Fleets are in the description. Red for HMS GT UPS, black for Traders. So HMS GT UPS barely wins 6-5. So unlike game 1, they'll go first. So they're going to place the first island, and we're going to see them place one. They want them about 4L apart. They realize they might get a crappy placement at the end, so that 6L distance, they're actually going to start, I think, up here. Yeah, just to make it harder for the enemy fleet to put them super far away at the end. Okay, so Traders fleet, they're okay with similar distance in between islands. 4L works decently well for both of their Saccing gold runners. They're going to try 4L right there. And then HMS Grand Temple, I think they're going to go up north for this next one. So I'm not doing random placement since neither fleet is using Mysterious Island, so it pretty much doesn't matter if the island selections are random or not. So we're going to go about 4L right there. And Traders is going to follow by going, actually they're gonna go from that one. They're gonna go from the last one they placed. So we're gonna go approximately 4L from this one down in the corner, down in the south center area there. HMS GT UPS, yeah, they kind of almost gamified it a little bit by placing these islands in a certain way. I think they're gonna go clockwise for their 3 and have them all in that kind of circular, angular motion here. So this will be interesting to see where the last one gets placed. Yeah, they're gonna go right there with that one. So we've got our circle. Last island is placed by the Traders fleet, and yeah, it's kind of impossible to put one 6L away from another right now, just due to the placement. If they place one here, it'll be pretty much the same setup as the prior game. Since Traders is going second, they pick the home island GT UPS. So they kind of like that idea, because then they could might put them in the north area, and they wouldn't be as close to this one. Because this one, yeah, this might be almost the exact same island setup as the previous game. Because if they go in the middle, then no matter where they put the HMS GT UPS home island, they'll have quick and easy access to probably any island, because they can hidden cove from any of the outer islands to the middle, and then use a double action to go from the middle to an adjacent, I don't know. So yeah, I think Traders is gonna put an island in the south here. I think a little bit closer than last time, because they anticipate that they might be going here. So they're going to go with a minimum actually here. 3L from that, and then a little bit more than 3L from that one. Put up a tiny bit that way, yeah. So it's about 3L from both of those southeastern islands. So very similar setup to the last game. The island distribution, and for terrain, we're going to have another disagreement. So as player 1, HMS GT UPS proposes 4, just like last game. And Traders, they're going to propose 1, just like last game. So we're going to have another roll off. Red for GT fleet, black for Traders. So let's see. Okay, so HMS GT UPS. So a total reversal of the last game, which I do like to see, just because it changes up like the dynamics of what's likely to happen. So we're less likely to get a direct repeat of last game or something similar to that. So now 4 terrain place per player. So that'll change it up quite a bit from the 1 place per player in game 1. So GT UPS is going to start basically putting whirlpools everywhere. So they're going to go here first. And Traders fleet, with more terrain available, they're going to plop down some reefs. I think they're going to start with one over here in between these islands, just to try to make it harder to come out of whirlpool and then get to that island. It might take 2 actions instead of 1, possibly. Of course, it's really easy to get around terrain with the regular rules, but whatever. GTUPS, they're going to place another whirlpool. Probably going to place 4, honestly. They might do a fog bank, but after seeing the enemy fleet in the first game, I don't think they want to. So I'm going to do another whirlpool there, and then it's going to be another reef for the Trader's fleet. Not right there, though. It's going to be probably the northwest. I think they're going to make... I think Traders is going to put the GTUPS fleet right here. I don't think they want to put them here or there, because then Grand Temple could cove to here or here and have easier access to these like closer islands that she can bounce between a little bit faster. So they're almost definitely going to put them there. So they're going to put a reef. Try to fit one in here. Oh yeah, that fits actually. Okay, yeah, right there is perfect. So that's the second round of terrain. Third round, GTUPS. We're going to cover more ground with the whirlpools, put one right there. And Traders, yeah, they'll probably go with all reefs. They wouldn't mind a fog bank. They're at least going to do one more reef, so I'll just do that one first. I think they're going to place it in between these. Yeah, that looks good right there. And then GTUPS, last round for terrain. I think they're going to just go with another whirlpool. So we're going to put one, try to cover more ground here, put one right there. Yeah, that looks nice. Good location for them, probably. They want to head through one and come out in the southwest. And then, I mean, the Trader's fleet might benefit from whirlpools as well, because they got Sac on both ships. They could really benefit from it, we'll see. And then, so for, let's see, last terrain overall, and for the Trader's fleet, might try a fog. So if they pick the enemy home island here, they know that won't be their home island. So they'll probably get placed. That's tough to say, really. They might get placed up here or somewhere similar. I don't know that more reefs are really going to help slow down HMS Grand Temple. Yeah, they'll do one fog bank. They're going to go in between these islands. They're going to try that. See how that goes. So it's a terrain placement. So now that we're done with that, we go to choosing home islands, and Trader's fleet is going to put HMS Grand Temple UPS in the northwest, and going to place their ships accordingly. So 4 in Patagonia, and in the corner, HMS GTUPS. So they gotta, before they place her, they're gonna decide where they'd put the enemy home island. I think they want to put it over there. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting actually. There's a slight chance they're not gonna hidden cove on the first turn. Let me measure a little bit of stuff here. They might go through a whirlpool with HMS Grand Temple. Whoops. Come out there, and then second action, going around the reef, they'd easily be able to get here. That way they could do that instead of using hidden cove here and then moving there. They could do that, but yeah. I'm trying to think if there's, I don't think there's much benefit to putting the enemy fleet in kind of a different spot. If they put them down in the southeast, they could, and then try to cut off their island access, like if they got placed there. But that might just make it easier for Neptune's Horde to hit the Grand Temple on the first round if she starts docked at home, like right here. So I could put them I don't think they want to put them in the west. Just gonna cut them off to some extent. Cut off themselves, I mean, cut off the HMS GT fleet. Because then GT would have to hidden cove here or go through the whirlpool. It's kind of up for debate either way. I guess what they could think about is rolling here, and then I don't know if they can dock here with one action with the second. Oh, they definitely can. Okay, wow. That's tough to beat. Because then they could cut off this island, and then they have nowhere to go on their first turn. I mean, they could, well, yeah, they could take the whirlpool. So either way, yeah, never mind. Because here, Neptune's Horde, they saw her crew set up last time, so they can anticipate SLS with Sack. That's one action. SL. Yeah, it's an ugly one. So I think they're gonna stick with their original plan and go place it in the northeast. So they're gonna put Grand Temple there, and then place the enemy home island in the northeast, which was kind of their initial thought as well. That way there's a reef between their home islands as well, in case Jollymon gets plagued somehow and comes after Patagonia again. I mean, I guess it wouldn't really block her, but whatever. And then the other fleet, they gotta decide about Hidden Cove. For their placement right now, they want to decide on Hidden Cove immediately. I think they're probably still not going to use it, especially because Cassandra could actually reach a whirlpool on the first turn. They might whirlpool both ships, maybe. I don't want to lose that many masts, but they might actually do the whirlpools pretty aggressively. I think they might. So they're actually, that's what they're thinking. They're going to do that. So they're going to start their ships here. I think Cassandra's just going to get a helmsman. Probably no Hidden Cove. They could like dock Cassandra here and then Cove here, but the nice thing about the helmsman is you can use it the whole game unless you get hit with plague or boarded or something, versus the Hidden Cove. It's only a one-time use, so they want Cassandra to have that extra speed all the time, not just on the first turn. So okay, cool. So now we get to placing crew. So it's gonna be pretty similar to the last game. So +5 selections in the GTBS fleet, helmsman on HMS Grand Temple, English helmsman. Got their face down oarsmen on Coeur du Lion, starting with 1 English, and then the other 2 on the home island to start. And I think they're gonna go with the divers event once again. They're gonna stick with that. I don't think having a Jollymon of their own would help. So their final point is gonna get them the divers event. And for the traders fleet, I think they're gonna stick with the exact same as well. They're gonna put a face down oarsman on their home island and helmsman for Cassandra and Neptune's Horde. So they're not gonna go with Hidden Cove, especially after they won game 1. They didn't need it there, so they might not in this game either. So okay. So now we place treasure, and the main difference here is that because of all the negative cheese seen in game 1 from the other fleet, the HMS Grand Temple fleet is going to completely change their distribution. They're going with 3 5s, and then actually they think they're going to go with 663. Yeah, I'm going to actually change that right now, because if they go 663, they're including 5 UTs no matter what. But if they go with 663, they can win the game with 2 coins because of the course +2 bonus via Aristide. They could go 771, but 663 is fine, because they could build Ramsgate on the 3 +2, versus if they use a 1 coin, it wouldn't be worth a 4 gold fort even after the +2. So with 663 as their coins worth value, it's going to give them at least the potential to win the game with just 2 coins, because if both get plussed up via Aristide, that would be 16 and enough to win. So I'll get a couple more, or I'll get 1 more 6 out, and then give them a 3 instead of the triple 5s option. So, and then to finish out their distribution, we've got Maps of Alexandria, Pirate Globe, Jailhouse Dog, Pirate Globe, or I meant to say Piratic Codex earlier, Pirate Globe, and then Karmic Idol. So maximizing their unique treasure wipers and revealers to try to deal with all the negative ETs. And then the other fleet is going to stick with their 3 negatives and the 5 3s. I'll distribute those and we'll be ready to go. All right, let's start game 2 of this competitive matchup. Chess clock is not an endgame condition, just help me play the game faster. Grand Temple fleet on the left, and we'll get going. So they just have to decide Hidden Cove versus Whirling. So if they cove, they'll go here, and with a total of 6 at speed, Grand Temple can get to an island either way. So if she coves out, she can reach this island. She could also reach it via Whirlpool. She can basically hit any island right now. So the reason I think they're going to cove is because there is a slight chance they'll have 2 6s here. So they want to send home 2 coins this turn if possible. So I think they're actually going to stick in the west. And then they'll still have easy access via the Whirlpool to try to hit other islands. Yeah, it's going to be really easy to redock Grand Temple. So she's in 1 move action range of this Whirlpool, and therefore able to hit Neptune's Horde or Cassandra at any of the other islands on turn 2. So I think because of that, either way, the treasure distribution is just a huge risk, but they have no clue where stuff is, so it's just part of the game. So you know, they find negatives, sure, they should have gone there, but based on being able to send home 2 coins this turn, they're gonna just go to the nearest island and redock. So yes, they're gonna go, yeah, they're gonna, I'm gonna say, yeah, so they're gonna basically reveal Hidden Cove, play it, redock, reveal the Helmsman to move 3S, redock that way. Port Bow is easily 3S in range of the Whirlpool. For next turn, reveal Helmsman, Explorer, and Captain Jack Sparrow. We're gonna go ahead and start looking at this. Oops, wrong token. They're using the white ones because they don't have pirate ships in their fleet. Okay, they love it. This is what it has. It's great. No negative UTs. You got Maps of Alexandria, so now they'll find where all of them are. And they got 633, so they love the coins as well. Pretty unlikely they'd find both 6s, so Maps of Alexandria gets flipped up. It's all treasure on Wild Islands. It's flipped face up for the remainder of the game. So this is huge and will really probably accelerate things. So in the south, we've got Plague and 3 3s, so not the best island. We're gonna find a lot of UTs over here. So in the far east, we've got Natives, Jailhouse Dog, Pirate Globe, and the other 6. So that's pretty interesting. So some bunch of stuff is down here too. Yeah, 3 more UTs, so Karmic Idol, Missionary, Pirate Globe, and 3. So they actually had a good choice with the island they went to. They got lucky. Yeah, this is the only island they could have gone to that would have worked well, because this has both of the wipe UTs. So if they had gone here or there, they'd have a negative unique treasure problem. So they're glad they stuck with this island, and they're gonna start trading like crazy now. So Captain Jack Sparrow is gonna trade the 6 to the Coeur du Lion for her English Oarsman, which comes to the Grand, sorry, so I picked up Lord Micron instead. So Coeur trades out the English Oarsman. It goes to the island. She's going to immediately load it via the free transfer rules, flip it face up to reveal it so it can use its abilities and not take up cargo space. Grand Temple now has 4 crew instead of 3. Coeur du Lion now reveals Maurice Aristide. She's given an Explorer action targeting the home island. Basically has the same effect as redocking in this case. And then she's able to unload the coin for +2 gold. So the English now have 8 gold. So they're already doing a lot better than in game 1. So, and then they're gonna, next they're going to use the free transfer rules, load another face down English Oarsman onto Coeur du Lion, and Grand Temple is going to get an action from Micron on the Patagonia to explore and send home a 3 to the Coeur, who is just going to keep it because she's already been given 1 action, so she can't unload it this turn. And the Oarsman is going to the island. Grand Temple does not have room for it right now, so it's just going to sit there. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much all they can do, I think. But a great first turn. they're in line to hopefully get another 5 gold quickly. It's coming turn. Should put them at 13. The key here is they're going to win if they transfer that 3. And that's a huge deal because that informs the other fleet of what's going to happen. Because the maps of Alexandria were flipped. That gets activated before you load non-unique treasures. So the other fleet did see 633 here. And they can see gold bonuses that are going to pile up. So they know for a fact, I'm going to flip it over actually and just pause it. They know for a fact that HMS GT should win at the beginning of turn 2 if they're not interrupted. Because they have 8, this is going to be 13, 3 plus 2. And then if they trade home this, that would be another 5 with Aristide. But they're going to they got to try to interrupt this, maybe with both ships actually. This could get really weird. Because then that would get them to 18, which is more than half. So basically, they also know, the traders fleet, they know that they're not going to get the requisite gold home on this turn because they don't work as fast as UPS. And even if they did, they've got some ugliness to contend with. So, for example, this is where the most gold is compared to these islands. But if they trade away Plague, they might get natives or missionary in return because it's still going to be a random selection if they treasure trade. So either way, they're going to reveal their helmsmen on both ships. I think both need them to get to a whirlpool. Cassandra is going to use her ability to spy. Actually, no, there's all face-up crew. All the cargo on the English fleet is face-up, so there's no spying to be done. So I guess she probably would have used it on the first turn just to see the Grand Temples, like helmsman maybe, but whatever. After the first game, their fleet and strategy is relatively obvious, so spying mostly helps in game 1. So they know they have to interrupt this whole UPS thing to try to prevent the game from ending this coming turn. So that's a tough one. They might actually hit the home island harder than the Grand Temple. They got to interrupt the trading, I think. They got to hit Coeur du Lion hard. They might try to capture her. This could be really weird. This is kind of a unique situation, actually, a little bit. I mean, we've seen fleets try to interrupt UPS at the end of round 1 before, but this might be kind of a weirder one. Just because Grand Temple is so hard to slam on her own. A lot of times you're going up against like High-Panger Banshee's Cry, which Neptune's Horde would not really have much trouble dispatching, but Neptune's Horde, she'll only have 1 action to attack, because she'll have to use 1 action to go through the whirlpool. Second action comes out, max damage of 5 if she hits all her shots and the ram damage. But that doesn't not dismast the Grand Temple, or prevent her from exploring for that 3. So I think they should go after Coeur du Lion with all they got, because then they could also maybe steal the coin. They might be able to try to kill Micron next turn, or who knows what. So yeah, they're gonna come through the whirlpool. I'm thinking the problem is if they roll 1s on the ram, that's where it gets really ugly. I think Cassandra will go through first because she's a slightly less important ship. So she'll have the duty of ramming the core derelict. She'll ram her by the stern to give room for the Neptune's Horde to capture by the bow if she's able to be successful with the first action. So here comes Cassandra. First action comes through the whirlpool. We'll roll for damage. So using the original rules, high roll is bad. So 4 through 6, she loses something. Okay, lose a mass crew or treasure. That's a tough one. She might lose her explorer, but I think she might lose a mast. This is a tough one. She wants to preserve sack food and the ability to explore an island later on. Yeah, it's a tough choice, but she'll lose a mast. And then she's going to reveal Don Pedro Gilbert. No surprise there after the first game. And sack a face-down oarsman to move out of the whirlpool and straight into a ram on the Coeur du Lion. So here we go. So a 1 would be complete disaster, but as long as it's not a 1, they'll be in probably pretty good shape. So, okay, so 6 dismasts the Coeur du Lion, and this is going to be pretty interesting. I don't think I've seen a UPS fleet have a gold ship interrupted on the first round, especially while carrying treasure. This is pretty interesting, actually. So core has been dismasted, and we're gonna board. Yeah, Cassandra wants to board. Might as well. So we'll go red for the friendship. Cassandra's got black, so okay. So the Pirates win 7-4 or 6-4, and so now the loser chooses, of course, so they can either give treasure or have a crew be eliminated. I think they're going to choose to eliminate Maurice Aristide because they see the writing on the wall. They know that Havana Black is aboard Neptune's Horde based on game 1 and the +5 selections of this game. So they can kind of see that Cora de Leon is probably going to get captured. So they're going to eliminate Maurice Aristide. They know the coin's probably going to get captured anyway, but if Aristide dies, the Pirates can't use him, basically. So they're going to eliminate Maurice Aristide. The boarding party, as the loser chooses, and looks like that's it for Cassandra. So Neptune's Horde is now going to come this way. Now, so she's going to Whirlpool no matter what. Let me just think about this for a second before I place her somewhere. Because with Aristide dead, there's no way for GT to win on turn 2, at least not with this island by itself. Because while at the +2, their max coinage right now is 14, 8, 3, 3. So that's not 16. So they could pivot. I think they still want to capture core though. That would still be a pretty good idea, I think. So versus going, yeah, they don't want to trade. It's kind of awkward that there's a negative VT on each island of the other 3, because as soon as you trade away the one you arrive at, you might get one of the others in return. It has to be a random choice for the island treasure trading ability. So she doesn't really want to go for that right now. One problem with capturing core is Grand Temple is just going to go ballistic on their next turn. So that's a tough one. That's this kind of awkward situation. It might be tough for them to win the game based on that awesome turn 1 from the other fleet. So if they capture core, Grand Temple, they can pre-measure. Grand Temple will not. I don't think she'll have any in range, actually. Maybe one, but I don't think she'll have any cannons in range for their first action. But the second action, I think she'll be able to even maybe dock it home for safety too. Maybe not, but either way, she'll have 6 shots against 7 masts. Or they could come out here, attack Grand Temple, but it's a tall order. They can't count on their luck from last game holding out where they went 3 for 4 with Neptune's Horde. So, and then the other problem with that is Grand Temple could redock, return fire on Neptune's Horde, send home a coin. Core would just unload both and repair, and then they'd be at 14 and 1 away from winning. So I think they're going to continue to interrupt the UPS stuff, especially because then both ships will be in ram range of Patagonia for the second half of round 2, which could be interesting with Micron dynamics. But they might just unload Micron after using him, but whatever. I think they need to continue interrupting this UPS stuff. I think it'd be different if Neptune's Horde had a chance of dismasting or sinking HMS Grand Temple, but right now that's literally impossible. She can't do more than 5 total damage of masts, so I think they're gonna interrupt the gold factory even more, capture Cora de Leon, and can't shoot at Patagonia, of course, since she's docked at her home island, and move the Cora's deck plate to the other fleet's area, and Cora de Leon is immediately going to be given an explore action to dump her 3. Okay, so Neptune's Horde had to reveal Havana Black, of course. To do that, she sacks a face-down oarsman, and that frees up the cargo space since they were both face down for this 3. So they're going to transfer with an explore action from Core, transfer the 3 to Neptune's Horde, and I think that does it. I think they might use Jolly Mon. I think they might as well move her. I don't think she's just gonna sit at home the whole game. So yeah, they're gonna head out with Jolly Mong. She's not giving actions like Patagonia. She's just there for the +5 from the hag, basically. So okay. So interesting first round. Very interesting. I haven't seen something quite like this in a UPS fleet game before, I don't think. Okay, so Gold Factory interrupted. HMS GT UPS back in action here. And Grand Temple is going to try to get some revenge here. So a couple things they can do. They could actually trade home the 3. Patagonia could load the French Oarsman, trade home the 3, and then unload it. But I don't think that's a good idea. That would use Patagonia's action to unload it. So then Grand Temple will only get the 1 action. So, and then they'd be at 11, which is decent, but then that allows both these ships to have a full turn to do whatever they want, which could get ugly. So I might as well open fire, I think, try to cripple the enemy fleet pretty hard. So I think that's what they'll go for. So I don't think there's any point in going through the whirlpool. Could come out here. Might have slightly better ranges on the second action. I don't think I'm going to do that, though. I think they're just going to go north. Especially because if they go through the whirlpool, I might lose the crew. I don't think they'd lose the mast, but... Alright, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, nothing in range. Well, actually, might be in range of core. But they don't really need to keep around anymore. Nah, it's not quite. Doing the overhead view on the L, it's not quite in range of the flag. Neither S is either. Okay. So no guns in range on the first action. Micron, of course, used to give the ship a second move action. And let's see here. Let's see where they want to go. I want to mark this spot again with this die. They might dock it home. I can't quite get around. Yeah, I can't quite dock it home, which is unfortunate. Let me see if they could have, if they came out of the whirlpool right here. Make sure it's touching. Because if Grand Temple can get home island protection at the end of this, oh yeah, this might be the way to go. Yeah, I think this is a better move. Use the second action to dock it home, so there's no, even if they miss a ton, there's no return fire for Neptune's Horde. They might lose 1 cannon range. Yeah, they're going to lose 1 cannon, but that's not a high price to pay, really. Actually, they might lose 2. They might only have 4 in range of Neptune's Horde. Let me see if I can do that a tiny bit better. But I think they're probably going to go through the whirlpool. I moved it back a tiny bit. So let's see here. So if we go 1, 2, I think they can dock better. Yeah, they definitely can. 1, 2, 3. The bow touches right there. Well, either way, that last 2L might only be in range of 1 ship. But that's okay. You move it back. Yeah, so they're probably going to take the whirlpool to... Yeah, I'm going to do that other one. That first movement, I think I'm going to do that first angle. They want to be able to dock it home, so then Neptune's Horde and Cassandra, but especially Neptune's Horde, she won't be able to shoot back on the pirate turn. So I think so. The last 2L is just barely in range of core. The others, all the other cannons are in range of Neptune's Horde, so that's going to be the main target here, especially with that coin aboard. They want to get their 3 back if possible. So, all right, so here we go. So HMS Grand Temple shooting 5 cannons at Neptune's Horde. So let's go. I'm going to go white and red for 3 S's, and then 3 blacks for the 2 L's. So big attack coming from the English. Oh wow, okay. So they get smashed up badly. 4 hits it looks like, so yeah, that's 2 more miss. So 4 for 5 takes out all masts on the Neptune's Horde. She does have a face down oarsman, so she'll still be active on the next fleet's turn. But devastating blow, and gotta figure out if they want to try to sink their own ship or not. Because that 2L is in range of core, but not Neptune's Horde. I kind of want to get the core back and use her again. Problem is, maybe we'll go through the whirlpool. I think they might follow them through the whirlpool though. Yeah, they actually don't want to sing the core. They're gonna play a hunch that they can get her back. I don't know how this is gonna happen, but they're just gonna try that for now. They might even drop the tow. I don't know if the other fleet's gonna keep her in tow or not. So yeah, they'll try that. And then now that Micron has been used, they're going to unload Micron to the home island as a free action via the free transfer rules. So that way Micron is safe on the home island in case Cassandra rams Patagonia to try to eliminate a crew. At this point, they would just eliminate the ransom crew, which I don't think that 1 gold is going to make the difference. It could long term, but yeah, they're going to unload Micron, and then next turn they can reload him via the free transfer rules and use him anyway. So, all right, that does it. Big turns here early, and now we're going to see how the other fleet responds. So they got some decisions to make. They got to get some gold. Neptune's Horde's got the coin, especially once Cassandra's out of the way. She can easily reach this whirlpool. It's going to take both actions and sack to get there. That's kind of annoying for them, but the other annoying thing is if they come out here to try to go home, Grand Temple's just gonna, she doesn't even have to have a whirlpool to attack. That's ugly. I don't know, that I have a bad feeling about this for the Traders fleet, but they'll see what they can do to try to pull this off somehow. They could stick around in the area and try to take out Bradley. Yeah, they could theoretically capture Patagonia if they ram her, and then Neptune's Horde captures her. The problem with that is Grand Temple, with just 1 more action, could probably sink both Cassandra and Neptune's Horde. So even without Micron's help. So I don't think that's a good idea. It's tempting to try to like capture the Patagonia as well, but I don't think it's going to work. It's going to incentivize the GT fleet to just eliminate the entire enemy fleet and just win on the current 8-0 gold score. So yeah, it's an ugly one. So Cassandra is probably going to move first and head to an island or something. Let's see here. She might go. This is the safe island, so they'll probably go that way. So they can use the idol or the codex to wipe out missionary, take the 3. Then that makes these other islands safer to go to in the future. So I think Cassandra's going to work on that. So she could be the one to tow core home. Yeah, this is an ugly one, trying to get home. It's going to be really hard for Neptune's Horde to get this coin home. She's so weak right now. Can't build a fort, there's no trees. Unlike in game 1, there's no shipwright. So, okay. And it's hard to get that coin on Neptune's Horde to the Cassandra. Horde could sacrifice herself to do it, move and then explore with Sack, put the coin on Cassandra, but that would sacrifice the core and the Neptune's Horde just for a 3 coin. That still might not get home, so it's probably not going to work either. Alright, so Cassandra, she'll get the first action. I don't want to overanalyze this to infinity. So Cassandra's going to head through the whirlpool, and yeah, I think she's going to go southeast. So when she explores here, that'll make the island safer to go to. So their path to victory is a little bit ugly. So they theoretically have to get all these southeast coins, or some combination of that, and either that 3 or the 3 if it's on the Horde. So, okay. So roll for damage. So 4 through 6 bad. Okay, safe, good to go. Cassandra is gonna So she's not going to treasure trade because there's no real point. She might just get a negative in return. Actually, you know what? She probably should, because she might be able to trade the codex for the 6, which could be nice. Yeah, that's a funny idea. Because since there's a codex and the karmic idol here, both wipe UTs are here. So even if she trades one away, she knows she's going to trigger the other one anyway and wipe out. So even if she gets negatives in return, it's still going to get wiped because she'll activate the wipe before the negative. So order of operations kind of important here, but basically the wipe UTs. I don't know where she should dock. I think she'll go to this part of the island. It's tough to say, really. Actually, if Jolly Mon maybe can get that coin, well, she can't unload her cargo, though. That's the problem. Yeah, I think Cassandra, yeah, it's kind of ugly. She's kind of screwed either way. This Grand Temple is probably going to come for her, but she'll just kind of dock in a neutral spot, I guess. She'll dock there, and then reveal her Explorer, and yeah, she's going to treasure trade. So I'm just going to trade away the Piratic Codex, and maybe she could get the 6 on the way home going north. So maybe she should trade for a 3. I feel like that's going to have to be a separate island, though. If she gets the 6 out of the way, this island just becomes boring as heck. It's not even going to have anything on it. So I think she's going to try to trade for that 6, 25% chance. So treasure trade here. So I'm just going to align these up and then roll a die. So 1 through 4, left to right, to see which treasure she gets. Reroll 5s and 6s. Oh, she gets it. Okay. So with the random draw, she manages to trade the Codex for the 6. Pretty nice move there. And so she has to load that. And well, so first we'd reveal and apply the unique treasures. So they'll choose to apply the karmic idol before the missionary. So that wipes out the missionary. And since these are all face up, it wipes out all the unique treasures from the game. So all the negatives get wiped out. And that's going to really simplify things going forward. And now she can load both of these. So she's got 9 gold aboard. And Horde has 3. So they're in okay shape right now. The problem is the Grand Temple attacking. Yeah, so she's got room for both of those without having to reveal her face-down Horseman. And Jolly Mon, she'll try to run interference maybe. I think she's actually gonna come home and maybe anticipate Neptune's Horde coming through this whirlpool. She might be able to help out or block a tiny bit on the next turn or two. So now the big decision is Neptune's Horde, where to go. So she has Helmsman. Okay, so she's going to reveal her Oarsman right now. She definitely needs it to row. So she can row at S+S. So that's not enough to reach the Whirlpool. So she has to sack probably the Explorer. Yeah, she'll sack the Explorer to get to the Whirlpool. And the decision is where to go. If she goes through here, she's going to be like right there. And Grand Temple can hit her easily. I just don't know of I don't know how much of a better option there is. There's no way to repair the Core de Leon. There's no gold on their home island, so they won't be able to build a fort here at the end of their turn. I don't think there's any point in coming out there or there. So it's kind of just a crappy situation. It at least gives Grand Temple more options. So she's going to tug the Core through with her just to try to deny her to the enemy fleet for a longer period of time. And yeah, she might even give the 3. Core might explore again to take the 3 back. Just to make it harder to know which target to attack for the Grand Temple. Oh, but there's divers. Okay, so they don't know that the enemy fleet has divers, but they do see a face-down event that they haven't used. And wait a second. So they know, you know what? They know it's 1 point. I just realized that. So this is where it gets meta, because the Trader's fleet saw the +5 selections, all face down, of course, but they saw that there were 5 different pieces. So there were 3 crew placed on, well, 1 crew placed on core, 2 on the home island, 1 on Grand Temple. So that's 4 crew for 4 points. That leaves only the face down event they also got. So they basically know this event costs 1 point. So that makes it far more likely to be divers. They know it's not Becalmed, they're the Gods Mermaids. It's basically their divers, raft, or rolling fog. It's very unlikely to be rolling fog. So it could be raft, but it's more likely to be divers since the Grand Temple is obviously like a ship capable of hunting and seeing enemy ships. So because of all that, they know that they probably should not put, it probably won't matter, but because of that, they're not going to put the 3 on the Core du Lion because it incentivizes Grand Temple to sink the core and flip the divers, just take the 3 back straight to their home island rather than having to tow the ship back or split the treasure 2 to 1. So, I mean, it might be sunken on Neptune's Horde anyway, but I think they're just not going to trade. They're not going to exchange the coin again. So, anyway, so whatever. So, Neptune's Horde, Havana Black sacks face down Explorer just so she can reach this whirlpool. And yeah, like I said, I don't think there's any point in coming out in the south. It's just going to make it even harder to get home. It's already not going to work probably. So we'll arrange their ships just like that. I think it's fine. So rolling for whirlpool damage on Neptune's Horde first. So she loses something. At 3 is within 1 move action of getting home, so she's going to keep it. This is terrible. She has to either lose... She has to lose Havana Black to have a chance of getting the 3 home. The helmsman oarsman is the only thing allowing her to get there with a move action next turn. And the 3 is the coin itself, so... I guess they'll eliminate Havana Black. The ship's probably just going to sink anyways coming around, but rolling for damage on Core du Lion. Actually, it doesn't matter because Aura can't be eliminated unless the ship sinks, so whatever. Okay. That's their actions. So doesn't look great, but they do have some gold on their ships. So we'll turn it over, and basically it's time for Grand Temple to go crazy with Micron again. So she's definitely gonna go after them. She could come through the whirlpool, but she doesn't really need to. So, she could hit Cassandra, but she knows Cassandra is at least 3 move actions from home. If she goes through here, 1 action, or actually no, she's only 2. So, and she knows what coins Cassandra has. I don't know if she would know about the 6 because that was traded. But I think it would stay face up after trading because it's not loaded until later. That might be an interesting rules question. But anyway, so she generally knows that Cassandra has some good coins. She knows she has at least 3. But I think they want to prevent this from getting home. They could hit Cassandra, but well, they know based on these UTs, the other ones were natives and whatever. They could have the jailhouse dog from there, but it's relatively unlikely, perhaps. I don't know. All right, so Grand Temple, 3. Yeah, this is actually a tough one. The other thing they don't like about hitting Cassandra is that allows the other fleet to take full control of the Core du Lion. So I think they're going to go with the sure thing and just attack their previous targets. So, because even if Cassandra gets home this coming turn, she doesn't have a captain, so she's not going to come out of the whirlpool shooting. And if they get some of the gold home, I don't think they're super concerned about that, because I think they feel pretty confident about being able to dictate part of the end game going forward. So just because they have such a combat advantage right now with Neptune's Horde out of the fight. That's 2, 3 S's. They still want core back, so they're not going to sink her. They're going to go straight for the Horde. And the Horde has a coin and 2 crew. It's going to take too long to take out the oarsman via boarding, probably. So they're just going to go for the sink. They know they have divers, so they're probably going to use it. Okay, so should be a quick quick attack. I'm just gonna couple 2Ls, try to sink it. So, yep. All right. So Neptune's horde is sunk, and normally this 3 would be split 2-1, but they're gonna try to preserve the shutout, play divers, and take it all for themselves. So horde is sunk. Helmsman and oarsman gone, of course, removed from the game, and I think that ends their turn actually, because they only have those 2 ships. Oh, sorry. So Micron was, sorry, my bad. Micron was loaded back on Patagonia before that second action would have happened. So, and then I think they'll keep the French oarsmen there, at least for now. Patagonia might load it soon, but whatever. All right. So back to their fleet. Cassandra might as well come home. The longer she stays out, the more likely it is she's going to get sacked by the Grand Temple coming through a whirlpool. So she's going to make this journey home. And they're still not going to be in the lead, though, because they would be if not for that sinking. But now the GT fleet has 11 total. Whirlpool roll for Cassandra. Okay, she has to lose something. That's not good. They have a face-down oarsman on the home island. So they're going to sack, or no. Oh, they got to sack anyway. Whew. They're going to start running out of crew real quick here. I think they'll lose a mast, I guess. I don't think they can afford to lose crew. Yeah, they're going to lose a mast. They're going to lose one more. Kind of debatable, but I feel like they're going to need all the sack fodder they can to even have a chance at winning, because they got to sack right now just to get home. Because they use one action to come through. Second action, of course, to dock it home. Want to dock in a spot where they can reach the whirlpool no matter what. So they're going to dock. They're going to dock like here. So if Grand Temple blocks her on one side, she'll have movement. Probably. Yeah, she'll have just barely enough movement to reach the whirlpool either way. So, and then as a free action, she's going to load this face down oarsman. Yeah, might as well, I guess. And then so she unloads 9 gold. So it won't get shut out. So a nice haul from Cassandra. Clutch treasure trade and then sack to get through the semi-pseudo blockade of Grand Temple. Skirts in with 2 masts remaining to unload 9. So now we're at 11-9. Jolly Mon, I think she's going to stay at home this turn. Or else Grand Temple might just take her out. Yeah, she'll stay for now. Flip it over. GT fleet. Probably going to capture core. They want to end it soon. There's no, with no Aristides bonus, there's no coin in play they can plus up for a win. They can trade home a 3, it gets them to 14, but that's not 16, so. Let's see here. Yeah, this is interesting. They have to anticipate what the enemy fleet will do. Cassandra might go through the whirlpool, come out here and load 3s. It's kind of an ugly one, actually. Yeah, maybe they should have just sunk the core. They're probably a little too desperate to get her back. They can't get her, they can't dock her at home this turn. It's gonna be 1 action to tow, second action to move towards home, whether it's going west or through the whirlpool. So the other option is Grand Temple just goes through the whirlpool, and then she could trade home a coin and load another. Yeah, I think they should just try to. They should just try to end it. Yeah, there's no. Yeah. Yeah, they should just try to end the game. So they're just gonna go for the fastest victory that I can see right now, which is going here. Roll for whirlpool damage. Okay, that's fine. They were prepared to lose a mast. Micron. So before Micron's action, Patagonia is going to load this French oarsman via the free transfer rules. So there's still room aboard. That fills her final cargo space, and it fits with Robinson's ability, so she's fine on cargo. And Micron gives Patagonia's action to Grand Temple. He's going to dock here and send home a 3. So they can use their explorer, explore this island. No plague anymore, so they send home a 3 to the Patagonia in exchange for the French oarsman via Captain Jack Sparrow UPS ability, oarsman on the island, and basically they're planning to trade Micron for another 3 next turn. So Patagonia was already given an action, so she cannot unload that coin yet, but that's fine. She's just planning to just unload 2 3s next turn. So, but Cassandra is probably going to load the other 3 just in an attempt to keep the game alive. Or maybe she can hit Patagonia. That'd be crazy. Yeah, she might be able to. She comes through here. Yeah. The problem is that doesn't help. That doesn't do anything. Because even if she is able to ram and board Patagonia, nothing about that stops a GT win. Because even if she wins both, she takes out the mast, kills an enemy crew, at most they get 1 gold or they kill Micron. Neither of those helps because she doesn't even need Micron next turn. 1 action, trades home a 3. They would choose to eliminate the ransom because Micron is the only one that can be traded to an island. I'm pretty sure because these are 0-point crew. So they'd eliminate, I'm just playing it through in my head basically. So Bradley would be eliminated, they'd get 1, that gives them 10, but they're still behind. 11 to 10, and then on the next turn GT would trade a 3 for Micron. Patagonia has room. Now that one of her crew is gone, she now has 2 spaces available. She trades Micron for a coin. I guess she'd have 3 spaces available, but and then she still hasn't been given an action, so she just explores the home island, and then they win. So there's really no point in Cassandra attacking Patagonia. Even in an ideal situation, it won't change what's going to happen. But if they load both of these 3, it at least gives them a chance to do something. It at least gives them another round, I think. So obviously she's going to get sacked, but I mean, it's just I don't think it's really an option. Because since they can't trade home gold like the UPS fleet can, there's not much they can't do anything here really. They could load the 3, but then they'll still lose next round. So Cassandra comes out here, roll for damage. Okay, she loses something. That's not good. That's really bad actually. So if she loses the helmsman, she can't dock. If she loses the explorer, she can't explore the island. If she loses her face down oarsman, I think she has to lose a mast. She loses the face down oarsman in the whirlpool. She can't sack one of the other crew, because as soon as she does, she either can't reach the island or she can't explore it this turn. So she has to lose a mast to preserve what she's trying to do. She can't sack. You lose Pedro, you can't sack to get there. So Cassandra is really taking some whirlpool hits here. So she rams Grand Temple. There's not much. It's not going to benefit her at all. She basically just has to hope Grand Temple misses everything, which she's not going to, even with my cannon luck, which has been decent lately, to be honest. It's unlikely. Yeah, because if she rams Grand Temple's just going to kill off an oarsman if she loses the boarding party. She'd probably win the boarding party. So anyway, so she loses a mast in the whirlpool. Now she's going to sack her final oarsman in order to move 1, 2, 3 S's to this island. Well, I guess she should at least try to stay out of range. It's not going to help, but whatever. So she's going to... Oh, she can load this French oarsman now. Via the free transfer rules. So that's nice, but... And then she loads the 3s as well. So Cassandra... And there's no point in trading because they see this as the 3, so there's no real point in trading anything. Jolly Mon can't really help much. She can at least try to get core repaired. So she'll head that way, she'll head west. And I think that does it for their turn. So they'll be done there. Now GT fleet should be able to clean up reasonably well. I'll see how many actions they need to wipe this thing out. They don't want to... Actually, I guess they do want to sink it. They know they have 3, plus that would be enough to win. So yeah, so they'll move and shoot. So here comes another blast attack. I'll just shoot the 4-2Ls. So okay, only one hit. Okay, so they'll need more dice. We'll shoot again. The 3 S's to sink it. One more hit will sink. All right, so the 5 hits and Cassandra sinks. Oh, and the split. Oh yeah, the treasure's split. 3-3. So we're actually gonna have a victor right now. So each faction gets a 3. So that boosts us up to 14 to 12. And no need for Micron to benefit Grand Temple because Patagonia unloads her 3. And then that'll end the game. So 8 and 9, 17 total. So 17 to 12 in a relatively close game by this tournament's standards. We see the HMS GT fleet get revenge for game 1 and win game 2, 17 to 12 in a pretty good game. It was solid. They definitely benefited a lot from going first, and they had a nice island, so it's really hard to beat UPS in that situation. The other fleet definitely made a good run for it. They really extended things. They made the game last longer and denied that quick and easy victory for the UPS fleet. Captured core, caused a little panic in the GT fleet, but it's just too powerful to overcome. So I was able to dominate the end game and get the right coin tome. So that kind of ended a little bit sooner because of that split treasure from the sinking. So that's kind of interesting. So pretty solid game overall. And now with the series tied 1-1, it sets up a game 3. And stay tuned for that. And thanks for watching. Beyond that, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and check out the affiliate links to help out the channel and Pirates with Ben. I'll see you for more T3 action.